glad you're watching Newsfeed this afternoon. Hello and welcome. My name is Flora Limuki. We have a lot in line for you, including the updates on the recent by-elections that were held in Kandara, Garissa Township, as well as Elgeyo Marakwet County. And we start off where William Kisang of UDA has been declared the senator-elect of Elgeyo Marakwet County after emerging the winner in the hotly contested Thursday by-election. Kisang garnered 41,378 votes, trouncing his fiercest challenger, Tim Kipchumba of PPD, who garnered 38,151 votes. My colleague Chichi Josephine has been following up on the race to replace now Road CS Kipchumba Murkomen and now joins us live.
Yeah, Limuki, thank you very much, and indeed coming live to you from Elgeyo Marakwet, and understand the most awaited announcements have just been made here at this particular tallying center, which was the main tallying center for this for the county, Elgeyo Marakwet County, and that is the main tallying center at KMTC. And just to tell you that the announcements have been made by the county returning officer, that is Charles Mutai, who of course declared that Kisang William has, of course, become the new senator-elect for Elgeyo Marakwet County, of course, having garnered 41,378 votes, of course, followed by Tim Kipchumba of PPD party, who garnered 38,151. There were also other candidates, of course. Understand that this particular county was highly eyed, of course, by 6 candidates who wanted to become the next senator after Kipchumba Murkomen. We also have Say Jerotich, who was the only lady vying for this particular senatorial position, who also managed to garner 2,660 votes. We have Andrew Mengich, who have, of course, conceded defeat here at this particular tallying center, who also garnered 503 votes. We have Timothy Tanui of the New Democrat Party, who garnered 397 votes. And of course, we have Kevin Kemboi, who was an independent candidate, garnering 382. Remember that it was a stiff competition, and it was a neck and neck between 2 competitors. That is William Kisang of the UDA party, who garnered 41,000, like I've told you, and 378, and also Tim Kipchumba of the PPD party, who garnered 38,151. And to tell you, everyone was just waiting to see who between the two becomes the next senator-elect for this particular county of Elgeyo Marakwet. And we understand that the CRO declared this particular William Kisang as the next senator-elect here in Elgeyo Marakwet. And also there was the presence of Commissioner, who is Professor Gulie, who was here, of course, who talked to residents and also talked to the candidates who were right here. But after we talked, or rather after the announcements were made, the new senator-elect, that is Kisang William, had this to say.
Yeah, started. So one, I want to take this opportunity to say, thank the Lord for the victory. The victory is not ours. It is for the Lord. Secondly, I want to thank all of you, the campaign team, the great people of Elgeyo Marakwet County, for peaceful campaigns, peaceful elections. We've been acknowledged by the team that the rest of the country should emulate what we've done.
I've seen how you have managed it. I've been here since yesterday, together with the Commissioner. And
Yeah, that is the new senator-elect for Elgeyo Marakwet. That is Kisang William, who of course managed to garner most votes here in this particular county of Elgeyo Marakwet with 41,378. And of course, as you can see, there were other candidates who of course confirmed by William Kisang. He said that they have considered defeat. Some of them called him yesterday and of course considered defeat, congratulating him. And of course, like you have heard, is that Kisang has vowed to deliver for the people of Elgeyo Marakwet. And also to add on that is that remember, Kisang William was the former, or rather has served as the member of parliament for Marakwet West for 10 years. That's to show that he's ready. Of course, he has served before as a leader, and so this is another promotion for him, garnering all those votes and of course becoming the next senator for Elgeyo Marakwet. That is after Senator Kipchumba Murkomen became, or rather was, or joined Ruto's cabinet as the CS for roads and transport. Therefore, that is all we've been following here. Now the Elgeyo Marakwet residents now know their next, that is senator being Kisang William, who has become the new senator-elect for this particular county of Elgeyo Marakwet. And of course, he has vowed to these residents. Over to you, Limuki. My name is...
Well, thank you so much for that update, Chichi Josephine. And now we move on where President William Ruto is asking cabinet secretaries to remain steadfast in the delivery of the Kenya Kwanza government agenda. Speaking on day 2 of the cabinet retreat in Nanyuki, the president charged the cabinet secretaries to ensure that matters that require their attention are dealt with swiftly in order for the government to be in a better position, to deliver to the people of Kenya. That story a little bit later. Let's now look at Azimio leader Raila Odinga has this afternoon met the Mombasa County leadership as he begins his tour of the coastal region. Odinga has promised to make a major announcement on his political move while committing to criticize the national government on matters public interest. Odinga is expected to meet with ODM elected leaders later today at the Tononoka Hall.
Bado hajafika wakati yangu ya kuongea, lakini karibuni mimi nitaongea, na nitaongea vizuri sana, nitafoka. Nataka mjue ya kwamba kuna matumaini baada ya dhiki. Ni nini? Hivyo sisi na hakika ya kwamba sisi kama wanachungwa, wanaazimio, sisi tunajua tutafarijika. Naleta salamu kutoka kwa viongozi wengine wa Azimio, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, Mama Martha Karua, Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. Wote wameleta salamu zao. Mnapokea?
Tension is high in Lamoinye area of Baringo South after armed bandits raided and made away with over 150 herds of cattle before injuring 2 people who are currently receiving treatment at Nyahururu General Hospital. And as Elizabeth Atieno now reports, the whereabouts of the 5 locals remain unknown since the attack, as residents call on the government to restore peace in the area.
This rough terrain in Baringo South leads us to Lamaiwe village. Silence has dominated this village, with the only sound heard being that of the wind blowing through the thick forest. A clear indication that this area is deserted, a situation prompted by the recent attack on Wednesday evening when suspected armed bandits raided the area, injuring 2 people and stealing over 150 cattle.
Na watu yetu walikuwa tayari kurudi kwa kambi, walikuwa tayari kurudi kwao na kufanya maendeleo. Tunaamini ya kwamba tunataka kubadilisha hinji, tunataka kupanda miti, lakini saa hii tumehangaika. Shamba ni shamba yetu, sio pri. Na ni Baringo, hii kitu imefanyika Baringo. Hata hii ng'ombe ni ya ndugu yangu ingine, naitwa Changole. Ndugu yangu Changole, ng'ombe yake iko imeibiwa.
Hebu angalia hii ng'ombe sasa. Iko taabu. Wale wengine kulingana na ile mtu amesema tabu. Sisi hapa tuko tabu, tutarudi tena kwa tabu. Tutafanya na tumechagua serikali, sasa tunangoja nani? Tunangoja nani?
Angry locals have taken issue with Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki for not touring the place despite being one of the most affected areas in the region.
Naomba Kindiki, nimekuita mara 3. Kindiki, tafadhali kuja hapa Kasiala. Tafadhali kuja hapa Kasiala. Ukikuja hapa Kasiala, sisi tutakuwa tumeritika. Bila wewe ukikuja hapa Kasiala, sisi tutaritika. Hii maadi yako ya kusema anakuja, ni nini nakusuia Nairobi? Na hapa ndiko shida.
Ama naambia serikali, ni watu wangapi inatakikana ikube ili ijulikane ya kwamba hii shida imekuwa shida? Ni ng'ombe ngapi inatakikana iende ibiwe ili serikali ijue ya kwamba itapiga mwisho? Tumechoka sisi.
The attack happened barely a week after the regional commissioner assured locals that all schools will be reopened and those displaced will return to their homes. But residents now fear that will only remain a mere dream following the recent attack.
Kufungua mashule ambayo ni wiki 2-3 zilizo mbele yetu itakuwa ni ngumu sana. Mashule itakuwa ni vigumu sana kufunguliwa. Now for the sake of this reopening of our schools, we need a very urgent intervention.
Wenye wamerudi makwao, lakini saa hii wamerudi tena penye walikuwa. Na walikuwa wameenda nyumbani. Saa hii wako njiani wanahangaika. Na walikuwa wameambia amani iko. Amani gani?
Kama ni kufanya disarmament kwa Pokot ifanywe. Na kama ifanywe, hakuna haja kutisha wanaume. Ni wanaume kama wao. Ni wanaume.
Another attack was recently witnessed in Kerio Valley where 2 children were shot dead and over 70 herds of cattle stolen, a situation which led to Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kindiki to tour the region where he ordered the deployment of 450 NPR officers. Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
Well, the United Democratic Alliance has emerged victorious after Shegen Njuguna was declared the winner for the Kandara Member of Parliament seat. Njuguna garnered 21,650 votes against Ford Asili's Titus Njau Mbuchu, who got 14,678 votes in the by-election. Candidate Kiburu, PMG Junior of Usawa Kowote Party, garnered 1,469 votes. Samuel Kioni of TND, 2,201 votes. The independent candidates David Kamweti Njuguna, Pius Mwiruri and Erastus Gatehi Nyoike garnered 136 votes respectively. Let us now link up with our reporter Apollo Kamau, who has been following up on the race to bring us up to speed on that. A very good afternoon to you, Apollo. Kindly update us on what is happening in Kandara.
Good afternoon, Flora. It's all about the victors and the victory. And this is the picture, the actual picture on the ground, the aftermath of the Kandara by-election. And we have the results which were announced this morning by the returning officer, Lina Kilonzo. And the results, UDA candidate, who is Shegen Njuguna, won the election with 21,650 votes, followed closely by his main challenger, who is a Ford Asili candidate, Titus Mbuchu, with 14,678 votes. And coming in third was PMG Kibiru Jr., who garnered 1,478 votes. That was the results which came out this morning and announced by the returning officer, Lina Kilonzo. And this has been a celebration. It's been a morning of celebration for the victors and especially for the ruling party, which just not won here in Kandara, but also in the other by-elections, save for Lamu, where UDA was defeated. And let's take our viewers to how the celebrations were this morning with these pictures, which we sent earlier. This is a huge victory for Chege Njuguna of UDA, and just to justify what this victory means to the party and to President William Ruto, we heard UDA Party Secretary General Veronica Maina amplifying what this victory means. And just to have a listen in, because what this means, given Alice Wahome was the immediate former MP of Kandara, it means from here, Chege Njuguna will pick the agenda of Kandara. But there has been a lot of politics. But let's first listen in to what Chege and Veronica Maina, the UDA Secretary General, had to say about this.
For Kandara people, we came out, we voted, our will never go unheard. It's a new dawn because we can now say that the politics of projects are outdated. They no longer have a place in our democracy. We'll move forward. We have a work to do.
Tutasihi president na deputy president tukuje hapa tufanye Thanksgiving ya Chege wa Njuguna, sababu hatuchukulii rahisi kwamba Kandara people have returned a UDA MP into that position. We don't take it for granted because our democracy allows you to choose to make a choice of your leadership. You could have exercised that choice differently. Could you not have? You could have. But you have done a great thing to strengthen the party and to give us a candidate of your choice.
And then there has been the politics about Alice Wahome versus the other team. Remember, Alice Wahome is a cabinet secretary for water and sanitation. But this morning, we had the county woman rep attacking Alice Wahome for supporting Chege's opponent, Titus Mbuchu, who is a Fodasili candidate. And this is what she had to say, which means Muranga or Kandara politics is at boiling point as far as transition is concerned. Flora, back to you.
Well, Apollo Kamau, thank you for that. Of course, giving us updates on the latest in the Kandara by-election. And as far as we know, in the three places that the by-elections are being held, the UDA candidates have taken the lead in all of them. And right now, we take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
Since 2009, All Saints has strived to nurture confident, responsible, and ambitious young men into future leaders. Located on 20 acres in a serene and conducive environment, some 4 kilometers from Embu Town Center, it's a modest, cost-friendly education center. We are proud of our strong heritage of opening minds, unlocking talents, and building leaders. We prepare young men for a life dedicated to leadership, achievement, and service to the world. All Saints Senior Boys Academy. We make the difference.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping it TV 47. President William Ruto is asking cabinet secretaries to remain steadfast in the delivery of the Kenya Kwanza government agenda. Speaking on day 2 of the cabinet retreat in Nanyuki, the president charged the cabinet secretaries to ensure that matters that require their attention are dealt with swiftly in order for the government to be in a better position to deliver to the people of Kenya.
Of government as a whole. And finally, is to say that as we carry out this huge responsibility that is on our shoulders, we must know that we have a contract with the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya went to the ballot and signed off a contract with me, which contract I share with each and every one of you. When the people of Kenya went to the ballot, there was the name of William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua on the ballot. They signed off, and we have a contract. It may not be written in any paper, unlike you guys, at least you have a contract between me and you. You have a letter of appointment. My letter of appointment, we received it on the 9th of August. So that letter of appointment has responsibilities, and those responsibilities are solemn. Those responsibilities are sacred. The contract that we have with the people of Kenya is solemn and sacred. And my request to you, members of my team, cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries, is that we must protect the interest, the resources.
Police in Kiambu County have nabbed a consignment of illicit brews worth hundreds of thousands and arrested 3 suspects in Ruaka Town, Kiamba constituency after tip-off from the public. Kiambu County Police Commander Paminas Kioi has called upon the manufacturing companies to come up with disposal formula after selling their products after high cases of recycling of legit company materials by rogue distillers. At the same time, Kioi gave stern warning to rogue business people, saying he will not sit back and watch as the government loses millions in tax evasion.
This one alone is worth 350, but checking on the records from the sale register, you can see for a period of 4 months they have been able to sell on beer, which is fake, worthy over 10 millions. I would like to urge the companies, let them design a special way of disposing of this the bottles and all their materials after they have sold these types of beer, because they are being cleaned up. They come and they reconcile again. Then after cleaning up, they use the same bottles to come and they come and place those kind of drinks inside them, and then they are sold back to the market. Once we are manufacturing this counterfeit drink, I want to warn them that we are on high alert.
Farmers and young innovators from Kakamega County organized an exhibition of traditional foods and technologies they invented to preserve local vegetables without using refrigeration. Speaking to journalists in Matungu constituency, the youth said that the technology can preserve food for a long time by drying using a solar dryer, and that this is a solution to the nation and the world at large that is facing effects of climate change. This comes weeks after President William Ruto urged the nation to embrace innovation and technology, saying it's only through that the country can prosper economically to greater heights.
Vegetables and you don't have time to prepare them is sorted for you, because once you buy this one, you can stock it in your store for 1 year. The method of producing these vegetables is they are sun-dried, 100% sun-dried. No preservatives, no additives.
For the dry seasons. And so we have a company that has picked this traditional